Welcome back to the Harvest to Table Videos channel, where we help you grow your own fresh produce at home. This is Stephen Albert. By midsummer, pepper plants are usually lush, leafy, and just beginning to flower. This is the turning point, the stage when your efforts in soil, prep, and early care start to pay off. But it's also the time when peppers need your extra support to move from flower to fruit successfully. Today we'll take a look at 10 easy ways that you can take to ensure your peppers keep growing strong toward harvest once they start to bloom. Let's dive in. Tip number 1. Feed your peppers for flowering and fruiting. As your pepper plants move from the vegetative stage into flowering, their nutritional needs shift. Early in the season, a fertilizer higher in nitrogen helps promote leafy growth and strong stems. However, once flowers begin to appear, too much nitrogen can actually slow down fruit development. That's why mid-season is the time to switch to a fertilizer that's lower in nitrogen and higher in phosphorus and potassium, nutrients that support root strength, flower formation, and fruit development. When flowers appear, switch to a balanced organic fertilizer labeled for tomatoes and peppers, or use a general-purpose mix like 5-10-10. Phosphorus, which is the middle number, encourages more blossoms and better fruit set, while potassium, the last number, helps with overall plant vigor and fruit quality. This simple change in how you feed your peppers will pay big dividends at harvest time. Tip number 2. Water deeply and consistently. Peppers are sensitive when it comes to moisture. They really need just the right balance. Peppers don't tolerate soggy soil, which can lead to root rot or fungal disease. On the other hand, they also suffer quickly if the soil dries out too much. Drought stress can cause flowers to drop before they set fruit, or lead to small, misshapen, or even bitter-tasting peppers. Deep, consistent watering is the best approach. A good practice is to water deeply once or twice a week, depending on the weather and soil. In cooler or overcast weeks, once is often enough. During heat waves, water twice a week or more if needed. It's important to keep the soil evenly moist. Getting the watering right is one of the simplest ways to keep your pepper plants healthy and steadily producing. Tip number 3. Mulch to keep roots cool. Applying a layer of organic mulch, such as straw, shredded leaves, or finished compost, around the base of the pepper plants is one of the most effective mid-season strategies you can use. Mulch acts like a natural blanket over the soil, regulating temperature during hot days and cooler nights. It also slows down evaporation, helping the soil retain moisture longer between waterings, especially important during periods of intense summer heat. With mulch in place, you will find that you water less often and spend far less time pulling weeds, which really struggle to push through the covered surface. Over time, as the mulch breaks down, it enriches the soil with organic matter, supporting long-term soil health. Tip number 4. Support your plants. As pepper plants enter their fruiting stage, the added weight of developing peppers, especially on larger varieties, like bells or long sweet types, can cause branches to sag or even break. Without support, branches may rest on the soil, making fruit more vulnerable to pests, rot, or sun scald. To prevent breakage, it's a good idea to install support systems before the fruit load becomes too heavy. Tomato cages work well for larger plants and provide support in all directions. Bamboo stakes or garden stakes offer a more minimal approach. Use soft garden ties or twine to loosely secure main stems and heavy branches. This not only helps protect the structure of the plant, but also improves airflow, which reduces the risk of disease. Plus, when the fruit is elevated and easier to see, harvesting becomes quicker and cleaner. Tip number 5. Pinch early blossoms. This is optional, but honestly, it can be pretty effective. If your plants are still small and already flowering, consider pinching off the first few blooms. Removing early blossoms lets the plant focus on building strong roots and structure before putting energy into fruit. This isn't always necessary, but it can make a difference in long-term yield. While it may feel counterintuitive to remove the very thing you've been waiting for, delaying fruit production for a few extra weeks can result in a healthier, more productive plant in the long run. Once those early flowers are pinched, the plant typically responds by growing bushier and more vigorous, which helps it support larger yields later in the season. This technique isn't required for every plant, though. If a pepper is already full-sized and thriving, just let it bloom and fruit. But for young or slow-growing plants, a little patience and early pruning can lead to stronger plants and a heavier, more sustained harvest. Tip number 6. Inspect for pests daily. Mid-season is prime time for aphids, whiteflies, and caterpillars. Check the undersides of leaves and around flower buds often. Early in the season, hand-picking or a gentle blast of water to leaves can stop an infestation before it starts. Aphids cluster on new growth and the undersides of leaves, sucking sap and weakening the plant. Whiteflies, tiny fluttering insects, feed similarly and leave behind sticky honeydew that can attract ants and encourage sooty mold. Caterpillars, including armyworms and hornworms, chew holes in leaves and can quickly strip foliage or bore into developing fruit. For organic control, start with the gentlest methods. A spray of water from a hose can dislodge aphids and whiteflies. For caterpillars, hand-picking in the early morning or evening is very effective. Maintaining good airflow, not over-fertilizing, and encouraging beneficial insects like ladybugs and lacewings can also help keep the garden ecosystem in balance. Tip number 7. Invite pollinators. Pepper flowers are self-fertile, meaning each flower contains both male and female parts and can set fruit on its own. But that doesn't mean they don't benefit from a little help. Pollinators like bees, hoverflies, and even wind movement can significantly improve fruit set and lead to more uniform, well-shaped peppers. To attract these helpful insects, you can interplant peppers with nectar-rich companions like basil, which doubles as a culinary herb, zinnias, which bloom profusely and are a favorite of bees, and cosmos and lavender, which bring in hoverflies and other beneficial insects. These flowering companions not only encourage pollination, but also support the overall biodiversity and resilience of the garden. If you notice flowers dropping without setting fruit, it could be a sign that pollination isn't happening effectively. To nearly ensure pollination, use this simple trick. Gently shake the plant or tap the flower clusters in the morning when the pollen is most active. Tip number 8 is to prune for airflow. Most pepper plants do not need to be heavily pruned. Pepper plants rely on their leaves for photosynthesis and energy production, which is crucial for developing healthy fruit. However, selectively thinning some of the inner leaves or removing lower foliage can increase airflow through the plant's canopy, which helps dry out moisture more quickly after watering or rain. This reduces the chances of fungal diseases such as powdery mildew and leaf spot. Trimming away crowded or yellowing leaves near the base of the plant will noticeably cut down on fungal issues while keeping the plant healthy and productive. Removing a few leaves here and there can help sunlight reach deeper into the plant, encouraging more uniform ripening of peppers. Tip number 9 is to prevent blossom end rot. If you notice black sunken spots on the bottom of your fruit, it's likely blossom end rot. Blossom end rot can affect peppers and tomatoes. It isn't caused by a disease or pest, but rather by a calcium deficiency within the fruit tissue. Even if your soil has adequate calcium, inconsistent watering can disrupt the plant's ability to absorb and transport calcium to developing fruits. Excessive use of high nitrogen fertilizers can encourage rapid leafy growth at the expense of calcium uptake and fruit development. To prevent blossom end rot, maintaining consistent watering to keep the soil evenly moist. Applying calcium-rich amendments like crushed eggshells, bone meal, or gypsum to the soil can improve calcium availability. During the growing season, a foliar spray or drench made from calcium chloride or calcium nitrate can be applied to help supply calcium to the leaves and fruit. A homemade calcium spray or drench, such as diluted milk or crushed eggshells steeped in water, may also provide a gentle boost and reduce the risk of blossom end rot. Tip number 10 is to harvest often. Don't wait too long to pick your peppers. Harvesting early, especially the first fruits, encourages the plant to keep producing. Leaving ripe fruit on the vine can slow down future flower formation. The plant senses that its reproductive goal has been partially achieved and may slow or stop producing new flowers. By picking peppers as soon as they reach maturity, or even earlier when they're still green, you effectively signal the plant to keep flowering and setting new fruit. This ongoing cycle encourages continuous production, often resulting in a longer and more abundant harvest period. In addition to boosting yield, harvesting peppers early can also improve the quality and flavor of your crop. Green peppers, for example, have a different taste profile than fully colored ones and are prized in many dishes for their crisp texture and slightly bitter notes. Picking peppers before they become overripe also reduces the chance of pests and diseases targeting aging fruit. Early harvesting makes it easier to monitor plant health and keep your garden tidy. Whether you're growing hot chilies or sweet bells, developing the habit of frequent picking is a win-win for both your plants and your kitchen. And there you have it. Mid-season care is the key to a great pepper harvest. Just a few small adjustments now can lead to weeks of fresh, flavorful peppers later. If you found these tips helpful, give the video a thumbs up and subscribe for more garden how-tos all season long. And let me know in the comments, what's your go-to pepper tip in summer? If you'd like my full pepper harvest guide, click on the link in the notes below. Thanks for watching today. This is Stephen Albert, wishing you happy gardening. See you in the next video.